than just accepting what it is. And if you can't do that, if you ignore reality, then I don't know what to say to you.
I'm just saying there's a chance that it could get better with the right talent. Because clearly they were at a deficit this year.
I can't believe you
more of a deficit than we all thought.
I'm not
Nobody
being funny, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You'll know when I'm taking.
Me feel bad. At this
but
point, you can't make me
know
feel
when
bad.
I'm taking shots at you. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't believe you lost that game on Saturday.
No, who you telling?
Seriously, I can't. I'm watching that going, oh, I've seen this game 100 times. And you know what? Indiana kind of, in the process, showed us what they are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use Neil's term. They're Big Ten good.
But
Indiana's Big Ten good.
Yeah.
But I've said it all year. If Michigan gets into a game where they go down 2 scores, how are you winning that game?
Well, they proved they can't.
Yeah, exactly.
They proved they can't.
You face anybody with a competent offense, this team is in trouble. And you Will Johnson's gone. He's not coming back. It's the facts are the facts. This is not a good football team.
I would get COVID again like 2020. I would.
It's over with at this point.
Make sure you get COVID again and just don't put up with Ryan Day just putting the pedal to the metal.
They need to take this medicine because at this point I feel like this is the MO they need to finally adapt as a school and as a university. But that's all we can hope.
All right, let's talk about
Big D
stuff
Energy.
people care about.
Woodward Sports Network and Neil Rule, Sean Belizean, KG, Stick here in the building. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Appreciate you sticking with us through some of the internet issues, but we are back up and we are talking the Lions, talking the Sunday night football. Hey, we're doing it.
Are you guys having
It's one of those things, Neil. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The day is just a wondrous day, and it's one of those things that every now and again we need to be reminded the truths that we talked about at the beginning of the show. And it is really both things can be true. We are one of the NFL elites, and the NFL is not that easy. And we need to be reminded because, let's face it, we've lived kind of a charmed life the last few weeks, haven't we? It's been way too easy. Way too easy. So with that being said, it's a nice, subtle reminder, not just for us. It's a nice, subtle reminder for them. How many teachable moments did we have back in the day? Do you know why I got so pissed at John Joseph Harrington? I got so pissed at John Joseph Harrington because he'd sit up there and put that cheesy smile on his face and go, hey, guys, there's nothing to hang our head about. It's a teachable moment. There's a learning curve. We're a young team. Well, you can only say that 3-4 times, okay? And then you're going to have people like me scream, when is class over?
Yeah.
When do you graduate? Wait, is the semester almost over?
Right.
Because I'm sick and dog tired of learning these lessons. You know the best lessons you can learn? The best lessons you can learn is when you're winning. Those are the best lessons that you can learn. And that's what this football team continuously does. You got taught a lesson yesterday, and you won. Mm-hmm. And that's the beautiful thing about it, man.
No, so, again, you're just kind of wrapping that up and getting into it. And just I had an epiphany, again, about this football team, KG. We talked about this a little bit in the first hour.
Yeah.
It's just I never expected them to lose. As bad as it got, and that's as bad as I've ever seen it be.
Yeah.
For real. Like, being real. How many times have you seen a 5-interception game? Not often. Not often.
It was Madden shit out there.
What was the game? Remember when Ty Detmer, was that 7 interceptions?
7. Yeah, now that was...
That was insane.
That's crazy. But they didn't win that game either.
No, they
so
didn't.
You don't come back.
They didn't win many games that year. Wasn't that 2-14, I
Yes.
think? I think that season was 2-14.
That's why we need to stop using luck as a crutch. Yes, luck was involved, but they are more lucky than good. I mean, they are more good than lucky.
Oh, no question.
The biggest power stat that I heard, man, entering Sunday, teams in the NFL were 373-1 since 1933 when they threw 5 interceptions and were behind by 15-plus points. And the Lions won. And I expected it. Sean.
What was that?
373 and 1.
But the Lions aren't dead until the clock hits 0, and we
No.
know this.
No.
And
You're
I
right.
expected
You're
them to
right.
win.
Yeah.
I sat there the whole time expecting them
And
to
you
win.
want to know why? Because of how Dan Campbell built this thing. The kneecap speech.
Did you expect them to win? Be real.
Yes. No, and let me tell you something. We all have our different group texts, right? I'm on a couple different group texts. We have one group text where there were legitimately 9 guys in it, okay? One guy said they were going to bed. One guy went to bed. Okay, this isn't their day. The rest of us stayed. And I brought it, Neil. I was exhausted yesterday. It was just one of those weekends, man, just all over the place. I was up.
Yeah.
There's no way I was going to bed for that game. No possible way. They've earned that. Again, we talk about credit line. They have established such a credit line where it's like, all right, I get it. You took $100,000 out. You went on a shopping spree. That's okay. Yeah. I know you're going to put it back in. They added $115,000 last night, man. I mean, that's what this team has done.
They are who they said they are.
Yep.
Last night was the kneecap speech.
Yeah, but
that was
there
last
was
night.
Because out at Hay Social, there were a couple that left at halftime.
Yeah,
there were some, and like, look, I know that's going to be work issues and stuff like most people have jobs. Most people are normal people, unlike us, Sean.
No,
where you think about the line again. I told the story in the open. My son is sick. I have to take him to the doctor's office. It's not just regular old sickness. I've thought about him maybe twice. I've thought about the Lions like 300 times today. Like that, but we're not normal.
We're not.
There are normal people out there. I wonder, did the normal people think they were going to lose?
Maybe.
You didn't think they were going to lose?
No. Not until the clock hit 0.
You didn't think they were going to lose?
I really didn't.
Yeah.
I really, really, truly didn't.
Not until the clock hit 0, man.
Stick, can we run a poll? Because I want to see if the people will be honest.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, if the stupid fucking shit works.
Technical difficulties.
Listen. I appreciate everybody's concern in the chat.
The chat engineers.
But just know, it's not like I'm sitting here like, the fucking internet doesn't work.
Right.
Oh my God.
You gotta love the chat engineers.
Maybe I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. And yes, the reason why these guys keep going is because we record every show. So that way, if we have to clip something that didn't make it on air, we still have it. So that's some of the nuance. And Feldman came out and they said, hey, we're having some internet issues. I can do it. Nothing about upgrading the equipment.
Yeah,
nothing about fixing it.
You know what?
Nothing about us unplugging it back in. It's just like we're in a technological world. I love it. It gives us the opportunity to take these remote shows. Sean, you were in radio. Neil, you've been in radio long as I have. Used to have to fucking get a Marty on top of a van, dial up the whole thing, put the antenna into the sky, and then you still weren't even guaranteed a connection. So this is still better than where we started, but it's an imperfect system. Thank you for your patience. And, I'm reading all the comments, and I promise you, I'm not sitting here doing fucking nothing.
The funny part about all this is that they stay, though.
I'm glad they stay. No,
and we appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
Let me tell you something.
If you don't stay, then
I'm embarrassed by this stuff, but it happens.
Let me tell you something. The guys at Feldman know this as well. This isn't on them. We had this big. Allegedly, it was supposed to make internet better out in this area.
Yeah.
We have had drops for weeks here. I live 2 miles down the road.
Yeah.
Trust me, we have had drops for weeks here. Our internet provider out here. And I'm not going to say their name, but if you think real hard, you can figure it out. We've had a lot of issues out here. A lot of issues.
I mean, even in our studio
area.
in Birmingham, we paid for AT&T fiber, and still that sometimes just drops out of nowhere. And it's like, this is fiber. It's supposed to be 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Like, we should never have to worry about this stuff. But either way, what's the poll that you would like me to put in the chat? Someone said is Stick doing nothing.
Yeah. Be honest. Yeah. Did you think they were going to lose last night?
Okay.
And Brendan Harris, props to you. I have to be honest. I went to bed at the end of the third quarter.
Dude, respect. No, I get it. I don't blame you. I'm not gonna crap on you for it.
Yeah.
Especially, if sometimes you just get tired. Like, seriously, especially like as a parent, that there's some days you're just dealing with a bunch of kid stuff and you're like, you know what? It's not happening. And in the back of your mind, they got a chance, but you're just exhausted. I'm not going to crap on anybody for that, man.
I got to know because look, I expect people to be honest because, people of integrity, especially in a random chat poll. I'm sure they'll all be 100% honest.
It's scientific.
No doubt.
Never conceded a defeat. Everybody's saying that in the chat. Never said that.
That's not what I asked.
Never said the Lions were going to lose.
I didn't ask that. Did you think they were going to lose?
KG was hedging his bets.
No, I was not.
He was hedging his bets.
All I was saying is that if they were to lose this game, why would it matter? I was trying to
get ahead of the narrative.
And I went over that too. That's why I kind of felt this weird sense of calm.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, it is what it is. They're having a clunker. It's okay.
You know what? No, hold on. This has nothing to do with you. Hold on. Last week when they went for it on 4th down, Neil was calling me weak. Neil was saying
You are weak.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You know what doubting this team is. You know what mentally preparing yourself for the loss and already talking yourself. Oh, even if they do lose, it's not that bad. That's weak, Neil. That's weak. You're weak. KG's weak.
How am I weak?
That's weak.
I just told you I expected him to win the game.
It was an AFC opponent. This does nothing to us in the NFC standings.
But the fact that you're already
don't play in the
talking
AFC.
to your self-conscious like, hey, even if we do lose, it'll be okay.
I'm sorry for commenting on. See, that's the problem with this network. I'm sorry for commenting
We got a lot of problems
on
with
what
the
the hell
network.
I see right now. They were having a clunker. Did I, at any point in the watch party, say they were going to lose? No.
Can I admit
No.
that I'm weak since you guys are all talking about how
Have
tough
at
you
it.
are? I'm
Have at
weak.
it.
Do you know why I'm weak?
Three
Why?
weak dudes.
Do you know what my concern was about the loss? Not the loss, not what it means. I had to listen to shitheads. That's what I hate the most. That's where I'm at
I
right
get
now.
that.
Yeah.
I had to come into work with Neil today, and we had to have guys go, you were too confident, you cursed them. And talking about dumb things like curses and things like that. Those are the things that drive me nuts. I don't want
I
to
hear
hear
you.
from these. That's so I'm weak in that regard. That was the only concern of mine because I'm with you 100%. If they lost that game, so flipping what?
Who cares?
Who cares? I had to deal with morons. That was my
I
biggest
hear you.
concern.
But so what? The narrative, okay, if you blitz golf, you can beat them. That would have spun for another week and a half, 2 weeks.
You put pressure on
And,
any quarterback.
Yeah,
it's an
we
issue.
carry on.
Any
That's how you
quarterback in the history of the NFL.
We got naysayers.
He's
in-
just-
But you're weak
It
for
just is
mentally
what it is.
preparing
Can
yourself
we be
for a
honest?
loss.
Just be real.
He handles it worse than other quarterbacks do. He does.
No, he does.
He
I can.
He handles it
Yeah,
worse.
he's not mobile.
So
I
you
get
know
it.
what? Get a good offensive line, and hey, we got the best offensive line in the league.
Right. Well, we can't act like the Lions haven't been narrative busters this whole year.
Exactly.
Woodward Sports chat poll. Be honest. Did you think the Lions would win? It's about 50-50. 55% of people are being more honest than I thought they would.
You should have given, you know what, maybe, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, like, we should have almost given a time. End of the third quarter. When you were sitting at home at the end of the third quarter, you were at Hayes Social, wherever you were. What was your vibe at that moment?
It was still a two-possession game. It was never not a
And that's
two-possession
what
game.
I said. The
Yep.
whole
And
watch
that's
party.
it.
No, they were
the
up by-
whole watch party. I was
they
saying
were up
it's
by
only
16.
10 points.
Two-possession
It's
game.
only 10 points.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll play that game.
No, but there's not a game to it,
It
unless
is.
you call the game simple
Right.
math,
It's
Stick.
the truth.
Like the game is simple math. If you're down 3 possessions, you only get 3 tops in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Tops.
I understand. But needing 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions is a little more than just being down 2 scores.
But it's still it's a
Technically,
two-possession game.
Yeah.
But you need 4 plays. You know what I mean? You
No,
see
no,
what
I
I'm
get what you're saying. No,
It's
I get
still
what you're
two
saying.
possessions.
It was 23-13. It was 23-13.
Yep.
We had scored the touchdown, missed the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
We were down by 10 points. Honest to goodness,
I kept reiterating that on the broadcast.
I'm not sitting there saying we got him right where we want him.
Jared
but
Goff
it was,
did.
It would, but you know what?
Going into the fourth quarter,
It was
it was a
23-13.
23-13 game, just
yes,
regular.
I'm sorry. We had already missed the 2-point conversion on the touchdown, so it was 23-13. So yes. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not full disclosure. I thought we were going to score 2 touchdowns and win the game.
That's what I thought.
No, I
too.
really did. I was like, oh, I've seen this act before. I know how this is going to end. We're going to win this game 27-23. Like, seriously, didn't happen. Oh, well.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it was just a regular. It was 23-10, man. It was just a regular game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was just a regular game. I never felt the fear.
No.
It felt like it must have felt worse to people than it actually was. We got our guy Ryan Poulter here, the director of sales for Feldman Chevrolet, purveyor of the Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup, where he is in first place. I think.
I think D-Mac took a half-game lead.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
I think
did
took
he?
a half-game
So
lead.
the Fade Ryan movement.
No, it's still gone. See, I got a phone call 2 weeks ago from the one and only, I call him Joey Not So Radio anymore.
Joey
Joey
MIA.
Digital?
Joey MIA.
Yeah. And he said he's been getting phone calls from a certain individual who's on the show complaining that I'm making him look bad as a car guy.
Really?
Don't want to name any names. Neil.
Is that where we're at, Neil? Is that where we're at
that
right
is-
now?
Well, listen,
We
he
just
did-
learned in the
no,
last
he
segment
did-
Neil
he-
is scared.
He
Yeah.
did. He
Oh,
did.
yeah.
He did
Kinda
change
true.
the rules last year He changed the rules last year, and I called him out on that. This time he just doesn't want a car guy to be winning, so I had to take a couple
A2, Neil?
L's.
Okay, Sean, I've taken on the added handicap of taking Michigan every week.
No, he's
Whoa.
yeah, thank you. Okay, listen. Stick took KG out here because KG would have my back. See, okay. You're not allowed. No, because Michigan has lost almost every game besides the Michigan State game.
They won. They covered last week.
They covered, but you're just doing it out of spite.
I knew they were going to cover last week.
You're doing it out of spite to make sure that Michigan loses games. However, you couldn't take me beating you, so I had to take a couple L's. I had to make it a little bit more competitive.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You did go 0-3.
Yeah.
You took Florida against Texas.
The spread was pretty big. I figured.
Yeah, you know what else was big? The margin of victory.
Yeah,
that was even bigger.
That was embarrassing.
You know the one you fell for though.
I didn't fall for any.
The Miami Hurricanes
I
laying
had to
double
do
digits
it.
at Georgia Tech.
I had to do
baby.
it, Neil. I had to do it. So
That's
that way
a newbie move.
I had to do it so that way you felt better. We all care about Neil's feelings. We all need to make sure that. I can't.
What? I know you can't even say this with a straight
Dude, listen,
face.
that's one of my I have to confess my sin today. As we were talking about how the Lions in Kansas City keep winning games like that, we can now say that Miami put themselves into fire one too many times.
Yep.
And for it to when they got the ball back, I said, here they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. And then Cam Ward promptly fumbled. And the entire narrative came back to, oh, the U is doing you things and Cam Ward is. But I'm with you. I thought that they were going to go beat the garbage on Georgia Tech.
So I was sitting here. We obviously have college football on at the Tower on Saturdays, and I was losing my mind. I mean, the U is. I mean, they're what is it? 2 weekends ago, they scored 5 touchdowns to cover the spread.
Yep.
Within like the last 6 minutes, and all of a sudden you got Georgia Tech, who's the giant slayer this year, obviously. Coming in and doing what they did, it
one of the
drove me
bowl
nuts.
projections I saw, by the way, was Georgia Tech and Michigan. That was the bowl projection at the Pinstripe Bowl. I'm not making it up. That was the bowl.
Could you imagine
I'd be
sitting
afraid.
through that?
Georgia Tech and Michigan.
Well, we all know Neil would pick Michigan no matter what. They could be.
Well, I mean,
they
they're
could be,
national
here we
champion
go,
powerhouse.
Yeah. Well, listen. Until someone takes the crown from us, we are still the national champions. Dave Portnoy said it the best.
Well, I think it's safe to say
Take
you've
the
been
crown.
eliminated from the playoff.
Take the crown.
Hey,
Yeah, okay,
since
but
we're
still.
talking Michigan, can we talk about how Trey McKinney committed for Michigan basketball? I mean, if we're talking about shit nobody cares about on a Victory Monday, like let's do this. Let's dive in. Trey McKinney, 4-star recruit out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, committing to Michigan to play basketball. A huge get. One of the top players.
Maybe he'll
at
help
the
him beat Wake
Eyeball
Forest.
Tournament.
I knew that
listen,
was coming. I swear to God, I wish I could have put a bet on that. I would have won so much money.
But we do know they're going to beat Oakland.
But back to the real thing here, and
Absolutely.
I've let Neil taste it a little bit.
Pause.
Taste it a little bit.
Pause.
And it's time to get back on the
Hey,
train.
Ryan, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Lions last night.
Okay.
Did you think they were going to lose? Be real.
Yeah.
Okay,
did.
you're on. Hey, props to you.
swear to
You're
God,
on
I
it.
did.
No,
I
good
swear
job.
to God. So I was watching the game, and I remember coming out of half, they had the interview, the epic interview.
Where he called the
where
turnover.
he called the turnover, and then Carlton Davis picked it off. Okay. Then Goff turns it back over. Then Carlton Davis picks it off again. Then Goff turns it back over, and at that point I go, I'm going to sleep.
So you're honest.
Yeah,
So you know what? Props to you. That's the type of organization
Yeah.
Feldman Chevrolet
Unlike
is.
you, I'm honest.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm
That's
catching
why
a
I
lot
got
of
my
slander.
daughter's
Yeah.
car here, because the man just he shoots straight.
He
That's
shoots you
exactly
straight.
it, man.
He's not going to charge your EV, Neil.
Well, they're charging it right now.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's too
trying.
late.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that to you. I love Neil. I love Neil. It's just Neil. Neil is Neil.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure it's still on the charger. Hold on.
Neil has to make sure that Neil stays Neil. Just like last year when he decided that all of a sudden, when the over-under makes sense to him, we can start using over-unders.
Well, it was Army Navy. It's America. You can't be mad at America.
We see he still says that. I had the email. I wish we could bring up previous shows. I had the email where Neil specifically said no over-unders and no money lines. And Neil decided that when the over-under works for Neil, Neil's taking the over-under.
Oh, absolutely.
Is there
Was it the under? Did you take the under
No, I took the over.
Took the over.
in a military match?
Yep.
And he got it.
And it went over.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He got it.
Ryan, what do you guys got going on here at Feldman?
Dude, it's
George
crazy.
told me Tahoes are coming in.
Oh, yeah, we got 2025 Tahoes coming in. I mean, it's November and December. I say this every year. It's the best time to buy a car.
Yep.
It is the best time to buy a new vehicle. The incentives are insane. Costco's back for this. this month, next month.
What does that mean?
You're a Costco member.
Yeah.
You get $1,000 extra rebate.
Oh, all right.
Just for being a Costco.
Just for being a Costco member.
So yeah,
It's pretty good.
roll up here, man.
Yeah.
Roll up
I
here.
mean,
They'll get you
listen,
squared away.
the everybody that has my whole family's bought EVs. You bought an EV.
Yeah.
A ton of people. My wife has an EV. Everything. Everybody that gets one says for the value for what you are paying on these cars, you are getting so much. There's so much technology in. There's so much going on. And I drove a Silverado EV to Mendon, Michigan this past weekend. I stopped at a DC fast charger because I was getting a little nervous. I got like 15%, 20% in 10 minutes.
Right.
So it's really not that bad. I mean, it obviously slows you down a tad bit, but it's really nothing to worry about.
I got a Suburban EV.
Not yet.
Not
No,
yet?
not yet.
You'll get there.
That will be sweet, though.
Got kids now.
But more looking forward to getting back on the train here and getting back on a winning streak. Hey, Sean, did you know that I went, what was it? It was like 12-3.
No one cares about yesterday.
12-3 in 5 weeks.
Did you really?
Yeah, 12-3 in 5 weeks.
What's your lead now?
I think
he's in
D-Max,
second now.
Yeah, D-Max got a half game ahead of me now.
Did you know that Jared Goff threw like 85% through 8 games?
Yeah, I just had to do a Jared Goff. I had to throw 5 interceptions.
And it makes it more
Went
interesting,
0-3.
right? Yeah.
Make it competitive.
Yeah.
You know, I might have taken myself out of the MVP candidacy, but you know what? I'm
don't
still
need
going to
that
come
pressure.
back. I'm going to still come back and
What
win
are
this
you
thing.
hitting more on, NFL or college? Do you know? Have you broken it down?
He leans more college.
Okay.
I do 2 and 1.
I don't
Yeah,
care what
absolutely.
anybody's. College is easier. I
I
don't
do
care what
2 and
anybody
1.
says. It's
I do 2 and
yeah.
1, but there were a couple lines there, like the Chiefs getting points at San Fran without CMC, and what was the other one? There was another one that was UCF. It was
BYU, yeah.
BYU at UCF. BYU getting points at UCF.
And he was on it.
I was on
Absolutely.
it.
But Ryan,
BYU's legit. Proved it
appreciate
again
you
over
stopping by, my friend.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
saw that game, and I looked at it and I go, I remember back to when T-Foss told me nobody wins in the mountains of Utah, and
No,
I
they
stayed
don't.
away from it. Then again, I should have stayed away from probably everything else, but yeah, no, I let Neil feel a little bit better about himself. You know?
Ryan Palter, everybody, sales director here
Hey,
at Feldman
everybody.
Chevrolet.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Ryan.
it, man.
Yep.
Slide through, man. The guy's a good guy, man. 100%. 100%. Woodward Sports chat thread. Get into the chat. And, again, just kind of wrapping up. Lions victory Monday, which otherwise is known as Monday.
Yeah.
They haven't lost in 30 years. No, but for real, though, Sean, it's just I don't even know what to say anymore. We do the preview show. The stuff's the same. Like, if the Lions play well, they win. And that was my preview yesterday. And that's not even the case anymore. They win when they don't play well.
You just said something to me, and I'm sorry. You took me back because and you were part of the media back then. I had to do so many post-game shows during the bad times, okay? I did so many post-game shows, and it was so funny how people would always yell at guys like you and me and call us negative. And you know what's really simple about this business? If a team plays well, you cheerlead for them. And you're not really cheerleading. You're speaking factually. And if a team plays poorly, you know what you say? Hey, they look like shit. It's not that difficult,
Yep.
right? And I think I've always had a problem with misguided anger in this business. I've always had a problem with it. It's not my fault that Joey Harrington was a bad quarterback. I did nothing.
What a marketing plan.
I
though.
had nothing. I had nothing to do with it.
They
What-
marketed the shit out of Joey Harrington.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you mad at me? What did I do? The same thing with now. Like if somebody, Stick, you're a slapdick for Goff.
You're right.
Neil, you make me stick with the Lion stuff. You know what you do? You sit back and you say, what part of what he's saying is
Isn't
false?
just yeah.
What?
Well, you can get yourself
am I
in trouble
missing?
with a certain fan base in this town by doing
That's
that.
true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Don't-
What?
You don't
You
need
made
to
it
take
about
shot
you.
At, you don't need
You
to
made
take
it
shots
about
at
you.
this, Neil.
They gonna fire him? They need to fire him, right?
I don't think he's going to get a year.
He's going to get another.
So
year.
Trey McKinney committed out of Orchard Lake, St. Mary's. Led him to a state champion. Mr.
Talk about how
Basketball.
Bryce Underwood going to come save
There
us,
we go. Bryce Underwood was an LSU.
He's gonna
to
come
watch them
save
throw
us.
trash on the field.
Pretty good
Did you-
athletic department, by the way.
Listen, Bryce Underwood, he was in LSU this week.
Uh-huh.
You saw how that played out. Fans throwing shit on the field. Do you think that, he's like, they didn't really put on a good example of what it's like to play in the swamp or whatever the
He's
hell.
staying home.
He's never watched a Michigan game this season?
Did they throw trash on the field?
No. Like they've been trash on the field.
Well, I understand the
but
team's
they're not
trash on the
throwing
field.
physical trash on the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah,
Neil.
it was a little
He keep
different.
trying.
You know what though? You know what I would
reaching.
say though? If I'm Brian Kelly though,
Family.
you're gonna be the one to change this.
Family.
You're gonna be the one.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
looking at Brian Kelly, and I'm like, hell no.
Now,
You're
can
right.
I-
Brian Kelly was supposed to be the one to fix that.
And here's $10 million.
Well,
Yeah,
can,
right.
can I ask
That
you
part.
this? Who would be more apt to dance like it's Pulp Fiction? Brian Kelly or I don't think Sharon Moore would do a little dance like that. That's one of the creepiest things. Those Brian Kelly dance videos.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like creep the fuck out of
He
me.
is
I'm
a-
not gonna lie,
he's a
man.
piece of work.
He's a creep.
He's a piece of work,
No,
and I'm about done with him, to be honest.
Oh man. It's about it, right?
yeah.
We touched on everything.
Yeah. 12:56, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we had to cut 20 minutes of content, but yeah, I think we touched on it. I mean, you guys want to?
game
We
is the
talked
game,
about
man.
Jake Bates.
Yeah.
You guys want to speak a little bit more on Jake Bates? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's topic A, B, and C today.
No, it is.
I mean, what a story.
No, it is, and like for me, somebody who had questions
You
about
did
it.
in the preseason.
They
But
were fair
They
questions,
were fair.
though.
They were. Absolutely, they were.
Right. He's answered every question.
He has.
And for me, it wasn't even this. This wasn't the game for Jake Bates with me. The game was a Green Bay game.
Yeah.
That was the game for me.
Yeah.
It was the game at Minnesota with everything on the line. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, just being honest, I would love to have a drink with Jake Bates away from the public and be like, Jake, you look like you were terrified at the end of that Minnesota game. You look like stick when you guys go for it on fourth down. And then he just buried it.
He was ready.
Just buried it.
I always go back, though, Neil. It cracks me up. I'm going to get your back because I had some of those same concerns. Nobody could argue about the long field goals he hit.
Yeah.
Can he consistently hit extra points? Is he going to go 5 of 11 from between 38 and 50? I know he's going to hit 58. I know he's going to hit 60. Those were factual things.
Yeah, I get
and it's
that.
not happening.
And I know a lot
So
of
that's it. Shut
of what
up.
Neil's argument and some other people's arguments was, okay, the Money Badger was doing just fine as your kicker. And I would say to you 2 questions. One, is he trusting the Money Badger to make those 2 kicks yesterday? No.
The league has changed. We used to
That's
over
only the first question.
We used to ooh and ah over 49 and 50-yard field goals. Not that long ago.
No, I
we
get
used
it.
to ooh and ah. You
It's a
need a
necessity.
guy. You
Yeah.
need a guy that's
But-
going to go bang from 55 plus.
My question is, would he have trusted the Money Badger to
No,
go out there
I
and make
wouldn't.
those
No.
from 58 and
Would you?
52?
No. No.
52 I would, 58 no.
No.
Okay. If they had Jake Bates last year in the NFC Championship game, does he win it? Do
No,
they win
because
that
I
game?
don't think they do anything differently.
Oh, I think he kicks.
I
I don't
he-
think so.
Bates.
I don't think so.
I think he kicks, but I understand
We'll
that's
never
the
know.
way you.
Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah, we playing
We'll never
semantics, but that's just just a little bit of why I believe Jake Bates is the man for this job, and the fact that he's doing this so young, like it's only going to go up from here.
Do it, Neil.
What? The Mike O? What?
Was it the
Mike
no,
O.
Xavier. What Xavier's telling you to do.
Oh, boo that kid.
Kid behind you, just turn around.
Oh.
Boo that kid. No, but again, though, he passed the first test. He
checked
passed
all
he passed the midterm in the game at Minnesota, and then he passed the final exam at Green Bay.
He's checked all the boxes,
And that's it.
outdoors, big crowd. Game on the line, like he's
Adverse
checking,
weather, all of it.
he's
There's
checked
nothing else you
every
can
single
say.
box, and he's doing it in his first year.
Yeah, there's nothing else you can
He's
say.
only going to get better from here, folks.
No, that is it. So,
He's a kicker. They're quirky. That's another set you're watched with. They're just quirky.
well,
That's the way
Sean,
it is.
like, he's going to miss a kick of
Yep.
substance
Yeah, of
at
course.
some point
Of
this year.
course.
he's a kicker.
At some point this year.
Maybe.
No, he will. He will. It happens to every kicker.
Yeah,
during
it
a
does.
season.
I just don't. I hear you if you feel like it's going to be this year. Maybe next year.
He will miss a kick eventually, everybody.
Yeah.
And then everyone will be, oh, he sucks. Get him out of there.
Yeah, of course. But that
yeah.
comes with the territory.
No, but again, though, it's for me, he's in there.
Yep.
He's in there. We're good.
You did it.
The questions
you
are answered.
question. Yep.
We ride. I
Yeah.
got no doubts in you. I will not
And-
hesitate to run you out there at a moment's notice. I still do enjoy going for it on fourth down.
And he still will. But you notice Dan Campbell's been a lot more calculated with it this year.
That's why-
And
but-
it's for a reason, because Money Badger not getting sent out in those
I'm
situations. sorry.
convinced, I will say it till I'm blue in the face, I think more often than not he's going to go for it on fourth down because it tells it tells everybody in that room, I believe in you in this position, and guys love him for it.
And mathematically, it favors you.
Yeah. Guys
It
love
adds a whole nother element to this offense.
I honestly, I think that's a huge reason why culture has changed. Yeah. You have a coach that says, I believe in you. Yeah, I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm going for it.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge, man.
It is. And he'll still do it, but now he's just going to be a little bit, tad bit smarter about it. That's it.
That's it. All right. That is it, as a matter of fact. Stick, thanks for battling, Stick.
Shout out Big Fella in the chat. I see you, bro.
All right, thank you guys,
Shout out
too.
from Texas, man.
Thank you guys
See
in
you
the
Friday.
chat for riding through it. Sean will be back with me on Friday. D-Mac and I in studio tomorrow. No, I will not be with you Friday. I forgot about that. Golden Grizzlies playing at Illinois and at Kansas.
You better be glad you said Oakland.
Champagne, baby.
Oh, yeah, that is it. All right,
Well,
for
me and you,
Stick,
Sean, we got it.
for KG, for Sean Belesian, and a big thank you to everybody here at Feldman Chevrolet. I'm Neil Roll. Thanks for happening. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Let's go. Jake's baby. Let's go. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Come on. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah, baby. Let's go, baby! Best team in NFL! What they talking about? Come here, JP! It's not real. Bro, let's go. This is the best team in the NFL. Best team in the NFL. You can't tell me no different. Best team in the fucking NFL. Let's go.